Cheeky Crafty here with a layout I actually did in August and should have had this done for you all by then, but yeah, that month got away from me. So I was doing this one for a Paper Issues Challenge, their Pinspire Me Challenge. This is the Pinterest board they posted, and I also loved the sketch that was at the end of the month from Redefine Creative, the Thursday sketch. So I'm going to use that, and this pin board reminded me of this kind of hodgepodge kit I had put together of these. I think they're Christmas papers, like they're just scraps, and they were pretty big scraps, but they looked Christmassy. A lot of greens and reds and gold, and then this other kit that kind of had similar colors, so I just kind of combined them, the scraps that were left over from both of them, to make this fun layout. I backed that Paige Evans cut file off camera, and then I matted both those photos, which are pretty much the same photo, and that Project Life card I trimmed down to be similar size to the photos, and also backed that, or matted that with some red cardstock along with the photos. So just kind of placing strips of paper, cutting them different widths and different shapes on the tops and the bottoms, so I have a lot of variation behind my photos to make kind of a strip photo mat. Now, in hindsight, after I did all this and I wanted to do splatters, I thought I should have done splatters beforehand, because then I could have done a ton of splatters and put everything on top of it. That actually might have been better, but I didn't do that, of course. So yeah, this one's pretty self-explanatory, but it came together really nicely, and I wanted to share it with you all. So there's a lot of ephemera. The one kit, I'm not sure what it is, and like I said, it looks, or the one papers and sets, I'm not sure what it is. It looks very Christmassy, but I'm not sure it's that that green stripe that I put as a border on the two sides, the chevron, that star pattern, which I accidentally end up flipping over and using the chevron side, and I'm trying to think what other ones came in. Oh, the small pieces that are like a grayish with a green or red circle, and that black and white script print. Those are all together. Like I said, I don't know what they're from. But all the other papers and embellishments came from an old Teresa Collins Summer Stories. I've done a few layouts with it, and the gold kind of matched in with the little gold that's in the chevron, and the greens and the reds, and then the pink was actually a nice pink that went with, in that chevron there's a pink too. And then there were a lot of grays in that Summer Stories collection too, so I thought they kind of actually went well together. Here I had just got the new mini envelope punch, and on the sketch there was a journaling spot under the very far right photo. I decided I wanted to do a little mini envelope and tuck it in there, so that's what I'm working on. I wasn't sure how to use this thing. I had an idea, but not really, and I kind of misjudged what I did the first time, so I had to redo it. But I make a little envelope, and then I take a piece of red cardstock and trim it down, and then I have these clear journaling spot stickers that I need to use up. They're in my little bucket of use up, that I'm going to put on there and then trim it to the size and shape of it so it fits right in there. Turned out really cute, and then punch a hole and almost like a tag. and stuff. But I wanted to post this layout because, like I said, it was supposed to be done in August. It was for a paper issues challenge in August, and I did submit the picture. I just didn't get my voiceover done. So I'm posting this now, and this is going to be kind of me just saying, yep, still going to work on my hot mess hodgepodge of a kit that I have going on. Because like I said last month, I really want to get this like pile of partial kits used up so I can really organize my scrap room. And then at the end of this month, I will kind of start going through some organization and like what I'm doing for my scrap room. And I'm getting some inspiration from some other people who did like organization, like RTS and the scrap room used to send out emails, which the content's no longer available. I was hoping to use those because I really wanted to do them, and I always saved them. They're really old. They're from like 2013, I think. I haven't looked to see if they have more, which is what I'm going to do yet. But so yeah, stay tuned for another video that was supposed to be done in August. I had two. I got the videos all done. I just didn't do the voiceover for them. I'm just gluing everything down now here, so while I'm chatting. But so stay tuned for that. And then the beginning of this month, I'm going to show you all the Chinese Whisper stuff that we did in July. I did with Scrapping Inspiration by Julie Wickens. And so those are coming up for the first few weeks of September. And I'll have some sprinkled in some other videos that I did in August. And also at the end of the month, then I'll start more of my organization stuff. So yeah, and I'll kind of start a little series with that. But right now, we're just going to keep working on, even with the organization stuff. Oh my goodness. We're going to just keep working on my hot mess kit. I will also show you, now that everything's finally trickling in, all the 3 collections I recently got that are new ones. I told before my friend spending freeze. I did a lot of pre-ordering before I was on my spending freeze, and so I'm excited that they're finally trickling in. Some of the stuff was back ordered, and then I do have a kit I plan on doing in October. That is one canoe too, so I'll kind of give you guys a preview to that as well. So that might be a longer video coming up, but yeah. So just getting all these different size strips here down and trimming them to the lengths that I like them. Some of them needed glue because of the glitter, and some of them I just was able to use my double-sided tape. So I'm starting to get down to the end of my stash of adhesive, and I'm like, now I'm going to have to go buy adhesive, but that's not a big deal. I might even do some bulk buying on Amazon. We'll see. I popped up the 2 photos and the little December journaling card, or pocket life card, up on some foam circles. As well as the title. And these are just some photos that actually my son's preschool took of him last year. I'm trying to remember. Oh, they made an ornament for us. I was like trying to remember why they took these. They made an ornament for us, so they're just kind of the leftover little pictures that they sent home with us, and it was a cute picture of him. He's smiling actually, and I liked it, so I thought it was a good random photo to scrap. I'm excited too because I got a bunch of new, like, recent photos printed. So I'm excited to do some more recent scrapbooking of things. We just went on another family trip We just do little family trips, more like extended weekends, locally usually, or like in the state with our extended family. So like my husband's sister and her kids and our his mom. So we just, and that was the first time we ever did a trip with them. So I plan on scrapbooking those coming up here soon. But I have some photos kind of set aside with the little mini kits that I already had. So I want to get those finished up first. But yeah, so this will go in. So yeah, and I plan with the organization to kind of show you what I have on my desk, and I'm hoping showing you, and I bought some new tubs to hopefully better organize some other things, and so I'm hoping between showing you what I'm doing and like coming up with new ideas and maybe revamping and getting a better idea, and then maybe like fielding ideas from you guys, what would be a good way or what would you suggest for good organization of my stuff. I have limited space, counter space. It's very narrow. And I do have a silhouette, so I have, but yeah, I'll go through all that later in the end of the month. But I'm just finishing up with using the last little, I think they're like effervescence gems that I had left from my Creative Cuts club. That was the only thing I had left. And then now doing some white acrylic splatters. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. Here are some close-ups. I appreciate you, and stay tuned for more. Bye.